Good day, everybody. It's Dr. Sean here with the Arthritis Movement. Topic of today is just the neurophysiology of stretching. Stretching is very, very important. It is something you'll hear us harping about on a very regular basis with respect to arthritis management. Our joints are always under a compressive load that is created by the opposing muscles that create action. So, for example, in our forearm, we have extensor muscles that pull the wrist into extension. They are up here. We have flexor muscles underneath here that pull the wrist into flexion. They close the hand as well. When both of those muscles are tight, both the flexors and the extensors, we have actually two forces acting on the wrist which squeeze it together and create compression. This happens around all of our moving joints. In our knees, for example, that's going to be the quadriceps and the hamstrings. In our hips, it's going to be the hip flexors and the gluteal muscles. In our ankles, it's going to be the anterior shin muscles and our calves. Always, if these muscles are tight, they are increasing the compressive load. The other things that increase compression in the joint are impact. So, for example, walking has an impact and a compression. Running is 10 times that load. So managing that impact is important. The reason we need to decompress the joint is so that we reduce that pressure on the joint, allowing that joint to move freer. And as the joint moves freer, it actually is healthier in general. It'll have better range of motion. It'll recover from minor injuries, and it'll just generally have less pain. So we want to make sure that we're stretching and decompressing the muscles that affect all movements in the joint to reduce that pressure. When we stretch, we create an elongation in the muscle. Our muscle physiology or our musculature anatomy is set up like tubes that slide on each other. Okay, and so as we squeeze the muscle, the tubes are contracted, and as we relax the muscle, the tubes extend and lengthen. We want to create some lengthening via a stretch, but it's very, very important to make sure that we don't overstretch or take ourselves to an uncomfortable stretch, because the body's defense mechanism for that will be to actually tighten the muscle again. If we stretch gently and hold for a prolonged period of time, we can actually tell the body that we're supposed to have a more relaxed muscle. We're reducing the tone in the muscle, which is like turning down the dimmer switch on the light. But that stretch has to be gentle and sustained, held for at least 20 seconds. This is why we always tell people 30-second stretches or 6 deep breaths. A gentle stretch that is held and sustained and not creating pain, the body will allow that muscle to hold that lengthened position. If we overstretch it and the muscle says ouch, the body will tighten it to defend against that next action. So very, very important to have a gentle stretch, sustained for a full 30 seconds, not creating pain. There is no increased benefit to overstretching a muscle. So if we think that, if 3 out of 10 discomfort feels good, then maybe if I take it up a notch, it'll actually feel better after. It will not. It'll actually lead back to more tightness. So keep things gentle. Keep things sustained, keep it slow, lots of deep breathing. You're filling the body with oxygen, breathing out the carbon dioxide. That's going to increase the health of the muscle. It's also going to increase some relaxation and some comfort and allow you to change the physiology of that muscle. So slow it down, keep it gentle, make sure it's repeated. In order to actually create structural lengthening of a muscle, the stretch has to be repeated many times a day over a period of several weeks, so that as that muscle cell breaks down and is rebuilt by the body, it is rebuilt longer. So consistent, regular, daily stretching, very, very, very important to create short-term reduction in tone as well as long-term lengthening the muscle. Hopefully that helps. The videos that are associated with this are going to be our lower body stretch and our upper body stretch. Give them a try. They're going to walk you through how to stretch these muscles and keep everything loose. Prolonged, repeated, consistent stretching is going to lead to change. Hope you feel better tomorrow.